You think they'll hold your job for you if I give you about 90 days in jail?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. You go back and think about it a little bit. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
That's fine.
So,
That's the worst I've seen in 1 year.
This is one of those courtroom moments where everything looks routine until the numbers start stacking up. What begins as a simple misdemeanor charge quickly turns into a deep dive into a driver's past, revealing a pattern that even the judge can't ignore. We're talking unpaid tickets, suspended licenses, repeated violations, and a defendant who might be in way over his head. But here's the twist: instead of immediate punishment, the judge takes a different approach, one that forces the defendant to face a brutal reality. The question is, will this be a wake-up call or just another chapter in a growing list of mistakes? Let's break it down.
Plea offer, and you're going to plead to no insurance, as I understand it.
yes.
That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $500, not less than $200. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Plus costs. Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody threaten you to try to get?
Right out of the gate, the judge is doing something very deliberate here. He's forcing the defendant to visualize consequences. This isn't just about punishment, it's about impact. Losing your job, losing stability, that's often the real cost of jail time, especially for misdemeanor cases like this. Legally speaking, the judge has full authority here. No insurance alone can carry serious penalties, including jail. But what's interesting is the tone. It's almost instructional. The judge isn't just reacting, he's testing whether the defendant understands the gravity of his situation. So let me ask you, do you think moments like this actually change behavior, or do they just delay the inevitable?
You to plead to this charge
No, sir.
or promise you anything?
No.
Were you driving a car here in St. Joe County on August 2nd without having any valid insurance?
Yes, sir.
Where were you going?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
All right, you live in Indiana?
Yes, now I do, yes.
Do you have an Indiana license?
No, I do not. I'm currently not driving. From what I know, Michigan Secretary of State suspended my license. I still haven't found
So
out.
you may be valid in Indiana, but not in Michigan?
I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't checked. I've been having my sister drive me.
How'd you get here?
My sister, sir.
Oh, very good. You have $1,165 worth of unpaid tickets from just 2025,
Yes, sir.
allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, which they reduced from driving suspended, speeding, no proof of insurance, no proof of insurance, registration plate, and 3 speeding tickets. Why don't you put Mr. Sauvé back in the lockup? We'll decide whether he's going to go to jail for Christmas.
Okay.
Now here's where the legal framework comes into play. The judge carefully walks the defendant through his rights, trial rights, presumption of innocence, the burden of proof. This is standard procedure, but it's critical. Once the defendant pleads guilty, all of those rights are waived. And notice, there's no plea deal on the table. That means the defendant is essentially stepping into this without any negotiated protection. He's relying entirely on the judge's discretion. That's a risky move, especially when your record isn't clean. So the real question becomes, is he fully aware of what he's giving up here?
Are you working someplace?
Yes, sir. I actually have work tonight.
Where's that?
TH Plastics. Oh, sorry.
You think they'll hold your job for you if I give you about 90 days in jail?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. You go back and think about it a little bit. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
That's fine.
So,
He had a bad year.
So did the other guy.
Um,
What happened to driver's training?
I don't know. They got a driving suspended that they reduced under ordinance, a speeding ticket under ordinance, no proof of insurance, which was reduced from no insurance, and a plate violation. It probably got defaulted, speeding, another plate violation, another speeding, another no proof of insurance, another speeding. Oh boy. That's the worst I've seen in 1 year.
And here it is, the moment everything shifts. Over 1,100 in unpaid tickets, multiple violations, repeated offenses. This is no longer a one-time mistake, this is a pattern. In court, patterns matter. They show behavior over time, and judges take that seriously when deciding whether someone deserves leniency. What's even more telling is the mix of violations, insurance issues, registration problems, speeding. It paints a picture of ongoing non-compliance. At this point, the judge isn't just looking at one charge, he's evaluating the defendant's entire relationship with the law. So ask yourself, how much patience should the system really have in a situation like this?
Plus, he's got other stuff from 22 and 23 and 24. No license, speeding. All right, Mr. Sauvé, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this for sentencing after the first of the year and see whether you pay on any of the other stuff. I'm looking at your driving record. I don't know how it got so terrible in 1 year.
yes, sir.
A lot of it, I call it driving while poor. And I don't mean that as an insult. People don't have money, so they don't get their registration plate. They don't get their insurance. But you aren't supposed to be driving anyway because your license is suspended.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of the stuff looks like maybe it got defaulted. Now, I don't expect you to pay the whole $1,600, but I want you to pay substantially on this, or I'm just.
That right there, that's the wake-up call. Being put back in cuffs, even temporarily, is a powerful psychological move. The judge is sending a message, this is real, and jail is not just a possibility, it's on the table right now. But here's what's interesting, he hasn't made a final decision yet. This is pressure. Strategic pressure. The court is essentially saying, you need to understand where this path leads. And sometimes, that moment, sitting in cuffs, facing uncertainty, is what hits harder than the sentence itself. Would that moment be enough for you to change everything?
Going to put you in jail,
Yes, sir.
then you can pay for it with jail time. All right, I'm going to set forth sentence. You can take the cuffs off of them. But I wanted you to think about how I'd feel going to jail for keep doing this dumb stuff.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I don't want you to lose your job.
And I appreciate that, sir.
In the end, the judge takes a measured approach. Instead of immediate jail time, he gives the defendant a window, a chance to prove he's serious about fixing the problem. But make no mistake, this is not leniency without conditions. The message is clear, pay your fines, clean up your record, and show responsibility, or jail will be the consequence. This case highlights something bigger than just traffic violations, it's about accountability, financial hardship, and the line between struggling and ignoring the law. Now I want to hear from you, was the judge too harsh, or was this exactly the kind of reality check needed? And if you found this case as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.